Now, coast-based journalists this morning held a peaceful demonstration to protest harassment and the hostile working environment. They presented their petition detailing their grievances to Coast Regional Coordinator Nelson Marwa. The demo in Mombasa comes in the wake of the unresolved mysterious death of a Standard Group reporter, Joseph Masha, who collapsed and died at his Kilifi home. Regional Coordinator Nelson Marwa has pledged to look into the grievances. And joining us now with more details on that particular protest is our reporter in Mombasa County, or the Coast Region, Francis Ontomwa. For more details, a very good afternoon to you, Francis. Many thanks for joining us. How exactly did the protest go?
Well, Akisa, indeed, it has been an engaging morning here in Mombasa. Coast-based journalists from all the counties of the Coast region culminated here in Mombasa, of course, to stage those demonstrations which had everything to do with, of course, a protest on harassment and, of course, intimidation. The Coast region, actually, journalists are putting the number at 6 unresolved cases of deaths that have occurred since the 90s, and those are some of the issues that they were trying to petition. Of course, they made rounds through the town, of course, chanting songs of solidarity and saying that they are, of course, enough is enough according to them, and they actually made their way to a procession that culminated and ended at the regional coordinator's office, Nelson Marwa, where they did present that petition. Indeed, it has not been easy for journalists down here in the Coast region, because most of them are citing many cases of having been actually sent text messages and even anonymous calls that have actually put them somehow on the line. It has been not easy for them, and that struggle has actually been given that highlight today. And of course, to discuss this issue with me here, I'm joined by my senior colleague Bernard Sanga, who is also the Secretary General for the Mombasa Professional Journalists Association, just to talk about this particular issue, how it has been. Bernard, clearly not an easy road for journalists in the Coast region.
Absolutely. Since 1999, as you've rightly put it, we've had 6 cases of journalists who have died mysteriously, and our question is, why are these cases not being investigated for journalists to know exactly what is happening? We are not saying they were killed, but at least we need to know what happened so that we can remove the suspicions. Yes.
There has been another discussion that has been reignited, the question of there are those bodies that are supposed to protect journalists. I don't know if as an association you've actually been forwarding some of these cases to these bodies, and are they doing enough?
Yeah.
How does it look like for you?
It is a concern because, as you know, there has been a high level of thuggery. I mean, journalists are being threatened, journalists are being attacked by political parties' goons, by political parties' candidates who send texts because maybe they feel that they are not being covered well. But we think there is a need for a dialogue between either political parties and our representative media council, the KUJ, Kenya Correspondent Association, so that at least we can come up with a framework on how we can cover them but also protect ourselves.
Lastly, your association has come out clearly to say that they have not been resolved. So are we seeing the end of these protests?
No, it's not the end. Because, in fact, it's the start because, as you heard, Marwa said, took an undertaking that these cases will be investigated. So it is just as beginning.
Protest today, and they are saying that they're just beginning this particular process. They are planning a series of many more to try and petition what they are calling harassment and intimidation of journalists here in the Coast region. Back to you, Akisa.
Thank you very much for that, Francis. Francis Ontomwa is joining us from Mombasa County with that update on the protest held by coast-based journalists today.